I wanted a mill, but buying one is a bit out of my price range as they tend to be a few $100s and only increasing in price with the more capacity you want. So I went on my laptop and I cooked one up. Here's a mock-up, and yep, that's a good spot for one. Here's something they don't teach you in school. If you take your workbench and import it as a background in Creo, you can expand it. It has to be the right orientation first. You can expand it behind your completed assembly, and then to turn your assembly into wood, you go up to Appearances, and then you click on the Pine option under the Wood category, and here's your finished product. Today, I wanted to show off this mill I made. For a half-baked project, this turned out better than I imagined. The engineers in my office had bets that it wouldn't be able to mill aluminum due to not being sturdy enough and producing too much chatter. I'm happy to say they lost that bet. As you can see, this mill can be useful for small things. The surface finish on the aluminum is not the best, but I wouldn't complain about an 1/8 inch depth of cut on something made out of plywood. I used nice plywood for all tables and axes to reduce the amount of warping from moisture, then bad plywood for most of the frame since that did not need to be flat. I used a scrapped 40-year-old DC motor for an auto feed due to me not being patient enough to move the tables around by hand. It ran too fast, so I reduced its speed by about 40% with a gear reduction. It took me a few tries to 3D print these gears, but I got there eventually. Another thing I would change would be the dimensions of the axis. I would lengthen the x-axis and raise the z-axis now that I know the concept works without producing too much chatter. My current milling range is about 9 inches by 6 inches, with 3 inches on the z-axis depending on the workpiece. I think a better working area for a hobbyist mill would be 16 inches by 10 inches by 5 inches. For those saying size doesn't matter, I definitely say bigger is better. This mill has only been working for a few months, and there is little sign of wear or stiffness from absorbing water or being worn from general use. I'm sure I will have updates in the coming months, and until next time, take it easy.